This week's Power 25 rankings are presented by Powerade, and the number one team in the country left no doubt. Mater Dei took down then number 2 St. Francis Academy 34-18 in the inaugural Trinity League vs. USA Showcase. 2020 USC commit Bryce Young put on a show, scoring 4 rushing touchdowns. The Panthers had only allowed 45 points since the start of last season, and they allowed nearly that many points against the Monarchs to show you how explosive Mater Dei's offense is this year. Mater Dei gets a bye coming up, then head out to DC to take on St. John's on September 27th. The loss dropped St. Francis Academy down a few spots from 2 to 5 in this week's Power 25 rankings presented by Powerade. St. John Bosco, IMG Academy, and Duncanville all moved up a spot to 2, 3, and 4 respectively. The Braves got the big weekend started for the Trinity League, beating Good Counsel 31-8 on Friday night. 2020 Clemson commit DJ Uiagalelei threw for nearly 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Up next for Bosco is a trip to Hawaii to face a 6-0 Mililani squad. The Ascenders beat Philly Power St. Joseph's Prep 31-25 behind a strong game from 2022 running back Katron Allen, who rushed for nearly 200 yards and a score. IMG gets St. John's next on September 21st, and you know St. John's will be hungry after suffering back-to-back losses. The second of those losses came against 2020 Texas commit Jaquinda Jackson in Duncanville this past Saturday. They rolled to a 35-14 win behind a 3-touchdown performance from Jackson and 2 rushing touchdowns from Tristan Smith. And there were plenty of upsets last week, and that led to 4 new teams joining this week's Power 25 rankings presented by Powerade. Grayson went from unranked to number 16 after beating then number 9 Marietta 28-14 to improve to 3-0. The loss dropped the Blue Devils from 9 to 21. The 3 other new teams include John Curtis Christian, Bishop Gorman, and St. Ignatius, who check in at 19, 20, and 25 respectively. A couple of big movers include the De La Salle Spartans, who went from 19 to 13 after a dominant win over Folsom. They won 42-27, but were in control from the very start. They still haven't lost to a NorCal opponent since 1991, and the win most likely means they will be representing Northern California in the CIF Open Division State Championship in December. Mentor moved up 6 spots to number 17 after improving to 3-0, and the win over St. Ignatius means even more now after they snapped Archbishop Hoban's 31-game winning streak. And before we end the show, let's check out the next 5 group. It includes Mallard Creek, St. John's, Corona, Centennial, DeMatha, and Archbishop Hoban.